Hi guys, give me a sec, just sharing the link out again. Every time you do this live stream, you can never post the live stream out, straight away. You got like start a live stream, then you got to open another page to open a live stream on Google, YouTube, and then you got to like copy paste the bloody YouTube link for your Facebook and G Plus and everything, with a tiresome kind of thing to keep doing. They should be able to like do a feature on your live stream where you can actually just like post it directly out to all your social media in one go. Or just like ticking Facebook, Google Friends, Google Family, Google like public and that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm in the process of trying to get the old Wi-Fi cameras back and running, but they are not having it today. I've been spending about over an hour trying to get the damn things to work, and they just do not want to work. So I would like to get the channel back up and running where we had 11 cameras running. But for some reason my mobile is not picking up the Wi-Fi on it for some reason. So without the Wi-Fi getting picked up on my phone, well, it's being picked up on the phone, but it's not being picked up by the application. So I'm going to have to leave it till tomorrow when I get my new phone through the post. I've got an upgrade coming tomorrow. See, it works with the RJ45 camera, RJ45 connector in, but you should be able to disconnect the RJ45 disconnect that, reset the camera, then it should be picked up on here, but it's not doing that. So I'm going to be knocked with it. So I can't remember if we had to like unplug the power pack supply from the camera, then unplug the RJ45, or unplug the RJ45, then the power pack. So I'm trying it both ways at the moment, and it just doesn't seem to be working. I think it's the software is not picking up my Wi-Fi setting on the phone, or it just ain't picking up the Wi-Fi on the actual cameras. I don't know, but I'll give up until tomorrow. Right, topic for tonight is Joydens Wood and Bexley Hospital. I know I've said this a few times and mentioned them quite a few times. But as you can see, my bloody place has got a bit of a crap hole right now. And I've been kind of like a bit lazy and not to tidy up in here. So I've been going out more, to be honest with you. I've been going out. Is that working now? No, it's not working. Yeah, I've been going out doing like, the magnet fishing, milk detecting, and just doing general walkarounds, as you know. I did do the upload of the video yesterday. And video was dedicated to the person who bought me the camera, and she has watched it and said she loved it. I wasn't trying to be, kind of like hateful or anything about the actual camera, because that's the camera I did pick. Just that yesterday, the bloody watch did not last as long as I was hoping it for to last. No, probably last about 2 hours. So I couldn't do the walk bys like I wanted to do yesterday. I was able to do one, maybe two, but on the second one I'd come back because the range of the actual watch to the actual camera isn't that long, probably about 40 foot maybe. I thought it might have been about 100 meters, but I don't mean, no, it wasn't that long. And like the watch battery completely ran out, and every time I tried setting it, so the camera would turn on and off, it just wouldn't like do what it's supposed to do, because the watch camera, as I say, ran out of battery. So I've actually had it on charge overnight, and it's been charging for about 18 hours nearly. No, 16, between 16 and 18 hours, something like that. So I'm going to keep it charged, on charge for. I can't go out tomorrow because I am going out tomorrow. I need to go and sign on tomorrow, but I need to get back home ASAP because I've got my new mobile phone, my upgrade mobile, which is I can never pronounce it. Even some of the people who do reviews can't even pronounce it. It's a Huawei, something like that. P Smart, Hawaii P Smart. That I was meant to be getting, I think. Hello, Bev. Yeah, I meant to be getting the Hawaii P Smart as an upgrade. That's what the guy on EE said I will be getting. Now, I've seen a lot of videos. I've been watching a lot of videos, and even the guy on EE said that the Hawaii P Smart is kind of like matching the iPhone X at the moment. And the iPhone X is like £1,000. Now, the Hawaii P Smart, you can buy pay go, I think it is, for about 170, between 170 and 250, depending on the network and what you're going to be putting on your pay as you go. Contract wise, it's only going to cost me £21 per month, saving me like quite a bit of money because he did do a pretty good deal. So I've got an upgrade mobile, an upgrade tablet, because the last tablet I did get on a contract got smashed within about 3 months. So I've got a new tablet, and I've got a SIM card that's going to be coming for the 4G EE camera because I cannot get it connected to my mobile because it doesn't have a SIM card in there which is connected to the network, because you need to compare the networks together. So I can't pair the camera to my mobile because it's got no network card in at the moment. And that card for the camera won't be here until later in the week, probably Wednesday, I think, unless it arrives a bit earlier, which I can't see it will do. But EE's quite fast in sending SIM cards out. No, I've got a SIM card for one, but it's a pay-as-you-go, and I don't want to be putting money on the pay-as-you-go card just to try it out, the odd once, when I'm getting a new monthly contract one for it, which is going to be £5.20, and I think it's like 2 gig data or whatever it is. And if I know that I'm going to use a lot more data on it, I can always upgrade the data to like 10 gig or whatever. So tomorrow, when my phone comes, I'm hoping to get the crappy Wi-Fi cameras up and running again on the mobile and on the new tablet and on the PC. And the camera will be sorted out hopefully by Wednesday. The other camera, the 4G one. That one. That's actually been on charge most of the night as well, actually. So anyway, enough of that. Going to be talking about Joydens Wood and Bexley Hospital. Crazy places, man. I've just, been doing some searching on YouTube, not today, but the other night, to see if anyone's ever done any other investigations down here. And I just don't believe no one's been down here to do any investigations down there, because, me, Aaron, and Warren, my 2 nephews, went to Joydens Wood twice, and I didn't believe what I saw on the video. 4 apparitions in 2 visits to Joydens Wood. Crazy. I still can't believe it myself, actually. When we was there, we did hear some really weird snaps and cracks and things like that, but we just put it by as like animals, moving around, because we did even heard birds fluttering around in the trees at night time. and it's like, 10 o'clock at night, I think it was. Time for most birdies to be in their little nest sleeping. But no, there were still animals, like, roaming around and, doing what they generally do, hunting at night time. But to see 2 apparitions on the first visit was like bloody amazing. And then, a few months later, I just had to go again. And both my nephews went with me again. And on the second visit, again, another 2 apparitions. I just could not believe how lucky I was to pick up those apparitions. I know they're fast. It's only like a second or 2, yeah. But I think I did slow the actual video down on the clips, which I actually edited out on the full video. So on the full video, I was able to put it in Windows Movie Maker, grab that clip, save that clip as a separate file, and slowed it down. Then upload the slowed down versions. Bloody photo zone again today. I don't know why. Even slowing down, you could see what was in that woods. Even with it slowed down, you could see it. And it took like 3 or 4 seconds before whether it was, which I believe were apparitions of people, disappeared. You got one kind of looking around and walking back behind a tree and disappearing, and you got one crouched down, kind of doing this, trying to find out what the hell's going on behind or beside him, which was us. He's kind of peeking around, seeing what we're doing, then just turns and disappears in the bushes. And that's on the first video. The second video, which was the second trip, another stocky person, as if it's just walking through the bushes, kind of thing. I can't remember the 4th one, but there was a 4th one. And I think there's another one walking in between the trees. Can't remember exactly, but it's 3 years ago, I think it was, when we were down there. So I can't remember exactly, what was going on. But, I do have the videos on my YouTube. It's a shame, though, that all the videos I did have, the original videos were on a hard drive, external hard drive, and the hard drive crashed, and I lost every single file. But I'm glad it's on YouTube. I'm just hoping that YouTube will never close down the paranormal channels, because I've got 1,600, nearly 1,700 videos on here, and there's no way I'm going to be able to download all those. There is a way you can actually download the videos in parts, but it's 20 gig parts, which means 5 videos, 6 videos, or whatever, and they take a hell of a long time to download. So if it was 20 parts, and that's all your videos, each single part could take 20 hours to download, and then you need a big hard drive, to download them on, which I do not have, because I say my hard drive crashed out and I could never get it repaired. I've got other hard drives, external ones, but for some reason they're not being detected on my PC, because my PC has been a bitch and the USB ports don't want to work on them. I've got one USB port that works at the back of the computer, and I've got a external USB adapter, which gives me 3 USB ports, and they're all being used for the camera, the microphone, and the webcam. So I have tried putting another USB adapter on there, but it won't give me any extra USB ports. I could do with a complete brand new PC actually, but that's never going to happen. Never. I just got to kind of keep using it as it is, to be honest. I've got other external USB ports, one which actually has 8 USB adapters on it, and it doesn't pick them up whatsoever. So I'm kind of lucky that I'm running three USB devices on one USB port at the moment. Someone said, like, why didn't you just get a new case? It's not the case, it's the actual motherboard. And what is the point of buying a brand new motherboard and replacing it? I did used to build and repair computers at one time, but due to all the stress and depression, I stopped doing it because I was causing more damage to the computer equipment than I was supposed to, and I had to keep sending them back. And they stopped, the people who are buying stuff from said, no, we're not going to send you anything else, we'll just refund you, and that was it, because I was blowing like motherboards, I was blowing like processors and memory, and, all bits and pieces. So the last thing I did do was buy a complete brand new computer, which is this one, but I've had this like 3 years. It could do with a complete upgrade actually, but I don't like upgrading it. I'd rather buy a complete brand new computer, but for all the video editing and stuff like that, I would need to buy one, which is going to be, a very high processor and very high memory, and you're talking about 1,500 quid, because I know you can probably get smaller ones, different computers, that can probably do the same, but people do swear that if you're going to do video editing, you need a real high processor and you need quite a lot of memory as well. So 1,500 quid, no way in my lifetime I'm going to get one of those. Not unless I started doing the lottery and I suddenly won the lottery. It ain't gonna happen. But and so all the videos that I did have, raw cut videos, was on an external hard drive, and that completely corrupted on me, and I lost practically every single investigation that we did outside at Joydens Wood, Bexley, Mitcham, Wimbledon, Puckley, every place we went out to got lost on the hard drive, and it's not ever going to be kind of like replaceable. So every time what I do now is when I go out and do an investigation, I just like upload it straight to YouTube, and I delete the original raw file because it ain't worth me saving it, because it's either going to get lost or corrupted again, and I ain't going to keep going out buying external hard drives all the time. But hopefully in the near future, I will be going to visit my mummy in Bexley, and I'll probably stay at my sister Denise's house or Sandra's, and spend a weekend down there and do Bexley Hospital again and Joydens Wood again, because I do feel that I definitely need to go back to Joydens Wood. The 2 times we went down there was the same location. So getting 4 apparitions on two visits at the same location is like, crazy. When I go back there, I want to go to a different part of the Joydens Wood and see if we can get anything, apparition wise in a different part of Joydens Wood. I actually feel that, like someone said to me, if you're getting these apparitions on camera, you must be a magnet to them, kind of thing. So maybe I might be a magnet to, drawing in spiritual, well, not spiritual, but, well, it is a spiritual in one way, but, these ghostly apparitions, although I don't see them with my physical like eyes, and the camera caught them, I must be some kind of magnet to draw them in for the camera to pick them up. So I definitely want to go back down there, but it won't be just yet. I'm going to wait until it starts getting dark again, a bit earlier, because because it's not worth. Last time we went down there, it's dark around about 8 o'clock at night, kind of thing. It doesn't get dark here till 9:30 at the moment still. And I don't like hanging around. I want to get out and do investigations. I was thinking of doing it so that we could actually get there just as it starts to get dark. Hello, Laurie. So that'd be cool because, if we get there just as it's getting dusk, it doesn't mean that we go and get anything, like on camera again, like, apparitions, but it'd be cool to see, the moonlight rising and the sunlight kind of like just going, slowly and gradually kind of thing. That'd be cool, that would. Going there just before it gets dark, just as it's getting dusk. I reckon that'd be a pretty good time. So I can't remember what time we actually done the investigation. I know it was at night time. We went there at night, and I know it's definitely after 9 o'clock. So when do spirits really want to come out and try to interact or try to show themselves on camera? Don't know really. Some people say it's more 3 o'clock, but we went there at 3 o'clock. If a spirit wants to show themselves on camera, they're going to do it any time if they're willing and want to. Maybe the apparitions that we caught didn't even realise that we caught them on apparition. Maybe it's just like pure chance that I caught them. But the way they was actually acting on video, it's like it's kind of weird to explain. Really, it's like when you actually look in the video, these apparitions are like standing there, and they're kind of like looking. Now we can't see them, but they can see us. Now, did they know that they've been videoed? Do they know what an actual camcorder was? Do they know what technology is? These apparitions were like, to me, I reckon they must have been around about, Norman times. And maybe there's a lot of like limestone in that area. Because you do get apparitions as like a record back, like a playback when it's like trapped in time and like, and if it's trapped in time, it's because it's like trapped in that limestone. And maybe you was just there at the right time, right conditions, whatever. We could go there again and might not get nothing. But, it could be because we was there at the right time, right conditions, in the atmospheric, whatever. But, it is crazy to see them. And they did look like, they were kind of like, scoping you out, seeing who we were, what we're doing. And like, once they knew what we was doing, I thought, right, that's it, and they just turn and disappear. Now, one of them, the second time we went there, apparently my friend David, who's died and it's crossed over, I believe, his son contacted me on Facebook one day because I actually edited the second video of one of the actual apparitions. And Dominic, his son, actually saw it and he goes, Steve, you're fucking amazing. I said, what do you want about? He goes, that apparition is my dad. And how he could turn around and say, like, that's where we scattered his ashes, that's the exact location. That seemed crazy alone because, like, that woods is very dense and it's very, like, big. And for Dominic to actually pick out that location, which we actually called and caught that apparition at the time, he said, no, that's the location we like scattered Dad's ashes. And I think he was trying to like show himself to you on camera. And like when I said, "Oh, well, where do you know this location?" I know that's at that location. I'm telling you, that's the location we scattered his ashes, and he was trying to show himself to you on camera. And like Dominic is a pretty cool guy. I've known him since he was a small kid. I think last time I actually spoke to him, face to face, was at his dad's funeral. But he keeps in touch with me through Facebook time to time. Like when I post something on Facebook, if I go magnet fishing and I find some bullets and I bring the bullets home and I'm asking what they are, he's practically like straight on and going, well, I think that's a 2.2 or that's a 308 or some other kind of bullet, So, he does watch my videos sometimes, or he keeps, an eye on my Facebook account to see if anything like interesting occurs. But for him to turn around and say, that's, where my dad was buried. And I think, well, how do you know? Because, these woods are big. And, no, I know that's where he was buried. So maybe it was his dad, I can't say it was. I can't say it wasn't. But if Dominic says he was, then I can only take Dominic's word that it was David and that's where his ashes were scattered. Maybe it was him trying to, show himself on camera. But all 4 apparitions, we never saw them, but we did hear noises coming from those directions. And we thought it's just like animals. But maybe it was the spirits, moving around in the bushes. That's why we call the apparitions. So I'll definitely go down there again sometime soon. I know I said the other night I'd like to go down in a couple of weeks' time, but it's all down to funding at the moment. EE's done me a pretty good deal because like my mobile phone, just that was £40 a month. But he's given me the Hawaii or Hui, whatever the bloody phone's called, Hui P Smart. And as I say, they like, competition between that and the iPhone X. And everyone's saying, well, the Huawei P Smart is like way better than the X, iPhone X. So I can't wait to get that. Try to get these bloody Wi-Fi cameras connected to it as well. I've been trying to find the video that I did do on actually getting these connected, but I can't find the video. And I know it ain't on my hard drive because the hard drive screwed up, as I say. Lost everything, even like setups when I was trying to do things, when I was actually doing those, I actually did a tutorial for myself, but that's definitely gone. Bexley Hospital was even crazy, we did that 12 times, me, Aaron and Warren. Now, Bexley Hospital was an asylum, a mental institution. I actually went there and did for the tree work at one time, but I stopped because I got beaten by a blind woman with a walking stick. Yeah, you find it funny, but no, it's not funny when you're trying to feed her and she's going on about an invisible dog and you're saying that the dog's not there and she gets upset and starts whacking with a walking stick. I did do voluntary work there for a little while, but after that I stopped because it was a little bit too dangerous. And you never knew what these patients could actually do to you, kind of thing. When I lived there, I was like a young kid. I think when we first moved there, I was probably about 5 years old, and I lived there until I moved out and got married, which was when I was about 19, I think it was, when I met the missus, something like that. But through the time I lived there, there'd be the odd occasion when you hear a siren, and that siren meant that one of the patients escaped, and like they'd only set that siren off if it was a dangerous patient. And many times, luckily, when the siren went off, I was indoors. Most people were probably indoors, kind of thing, because it did go off at night time. But there was occasions where it went off during the daytime as well. And you're kind of like worried that you might bump into this patient that's escaped, and you never know what it might do to you, or he or she might do to you. So when I actually left school and got a job in Dartford, I had to cross through the fields and go through the hospital to get the bus. That's the only shortcut there was, unless I walked and took a detour, which would have made me spend about another 15 minutes walking distance. But cutting through the hospital was very quick and easy. But when it starts getting dark at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, it is spooky, because you don't know who is out and about in the hospital. And it's not so much like going for the bus. It's when you're coming home. You finish work and you jump on a bus, and the closest stop to you is the one outside Bexley Hospital, which is right on, Dartford Heath as well. And you've got a lot of heathland around you. And the patients did attempt to escape and go on heath. Some commit suicide, some hanged themselves, some just got out just to be, wanted that free space, I suppose. I don't know. But when you finish work, and you're coming home and you're coming through that hospital, it was freaky, it was spooky, because you didn't know if anyone had escaped, and you don't know who could have been hiding in the bushes, because there was quite a few bushes there. And there's even a big mound. And I thought it was Time Team actually, but it wasn't. It must have been some other archaeology thing. They came down and they done an archaeology dig, and they excavated that big mound, and they found not just animal bones but human bones there as well. So that place, I didn't know if it was haunted or not. There's been times when you're walking through, going either to work or coming home from work, and it's getting dark, and suddenly you get that weird mist bank appearing in front of you, and it kind of mucks around you. It kind of makes you feel like you might have seen a figure walk past, when it's just pure mist or something. Then spirits can actually manipulate themselves as a mist. There's been many stories where people said, well, I saw a misty figure. Was it a misty figure, or was it just normal mist from the atmosphere? You never knew, kind of thing. And although it's kind of creepy walking past the hospital, past the buildings, it is more creepy going across the field itself, to be honest with you. And the fields are open space, hardly any trees. You had a big kind of, what's it called? I'm trying to think what that word is. It's like a very long kind of bush, what goes from one part of the common, or not all common, one part of the field all the way up to the other field. Goes straight across the field. I can't think what it's called now. Hedges, that's it, like a bush hedge going all the way across the field. And when you're walking past it, you hear noises, and you turn around and you think, is someone behind that bush, that hedge, you know, kind of thing. And like you get that kind of like nervous feeling, and you start like walking a bit faster. And this happened to me a few times actually, and I was filming this year. There's times when I'm coming home from work, it's like pitch black. It's only like 6 o'clock at night, and I'm walking across the heath. Well, I keep calling it heath. It is near Big Heath, but I'm walking across the field, and I'm right beside this hedge, and you're hearing these noises, and you turn round, and it's so dark you can't even see what's behind the hedge, and like it seems like whatever it is like following you, and it starts making you feel a bit, you know, kind of like wary, panicky, scared, and you start walking faster, and then you start hearing it even more as if it's trying to catch up with you, and you start running. Like, and I've done that a few times. I ran, and what they did do, which I didn't even realise they had done one night, they repaired the bloody fencing, which actually surrounded the fields, and I ran up there and I thought, shit, have I got to get out? You know, I can't turn back. So I actually climbed the fence, and there's barbed wire on the top of the fence, and I'm cutting myself. You know, I was so scared, like, you know. But someone actually did eventually, a couple of days later, kick a hole in the fence, enough hole so people can still go through it and whatnot. And eventually, I suppose, either the council or the hospital got fed up repairing the fence. They decided to make it like a trackway so people can go, you know, use it as a shortcut. But you weren't supposed to use it as a shortcut. But they eventually did do it. But it was really scary walking through there sometimes at night time. Especially at night time when you've got those like flying stag beetles, and they fly and they jump in your hair, and you think, ah, shit, you know, I've just been touching. You feel this thing walking through your hair, and you're pulling it out, and it's bloody beetle. But sometimes you feel like it's not a beetle; it's something like touching you. But you know, when we did do that, you know, a few years ago, Bexley Hospital, we went further down past Tolkien Lane, and Tolkien Lane alone is fucking scary and freaky at night time. It's got these big trees. It's going down like a little Tarkiln pathway, which is like very stony and bumpy for cars. You've got like the little roadway, then you've got these trees, then you've got like a little footpath which runs alongside the houses. And usually all the houses are dark because like people are still at work. So like, and there weren't hardly any like street lamps there. And when you're going down Tarkiln Lane, that alone is fucking scary. You know, when I was at school, and like I say, it got dark at 4 o'clock sometimes, coming up Tarkiln Lane to get to my house, you know, if there weren't no one getting off the bus, so I could walk up, you know, hoping that they'd be walking up Tarkiln Lane with me, I ended up running through Tarkiln Lane. And it's only like a quarter mile, but I ran because it was so fucking scary and spooky at night time, being right next to the hospital grounds as well. Now, I've never done any kind of paranormal on Tarkiln Lane, but the field we did 12 times, actually, like, you know, you got like the field, Tarkiln Lane. On the opposite side of the field, that side to the left, used to be where the hospital used to be. But they actually knocked down the hospital. Can't remember when, but they put a residential estate on there. Now, my niece Laura was able to get a house on that residential, and she told me one night that she didn't feel safe there. You know, and I wasn't in the paranormal at the time, but she said her house did not feel safe being in. You know, she felt really scared being there, especially being alone at night time, you know, kind of thing. And I turned around and said to her one night, you know, maybe it's haunted by the mental hospital, you know, by the patients. And she fucking threw a fit at me. So I never said anything about it. And my niece doesn't like, you know, hearing about the paranormal. And even when now she knows I'll do the paranormal, when we go to her house and do like what is it? Oh, by the way, if you're still there, Debs, Bev, have a good night at work, and I'll catch you later. I know Bev said she's got to go to work at 7:30, so you're still there. Cheers, catch you later. So we have like a family reunion at my niece's house, yeah, and I take my camcorder, and sometimes I might take a K2 meter and EVP recorder, and I sneak away from them and go upstairs, and I've got like all activity in EVP, so when I've told her, because don't say that, you know I don't like it, you know. If you're gonna do that, you can get out. She doesn't like anything paranormal, my niece. But when I said it's only Dad, she goes, I don't care who it is, I don't want him here. So my niece Laura can get really, really scared about the paranormal. But the residential estate's still there. You know, they ain't gonna knock that down. But it's actually built on Bexley Hospital grounds. And if there were a lot of people that died in Bexley Hospital, just think of how many spiritual energies could be roaming around in that residential area. Because where the residential area was, there was, I think, in that actual area, a lock-up section for the more crazy mentally insane people, and a lot of them did die there. So I'm just wondering how many houses might be like spiritually active down there. Now, I've always wanted to go down and put like make little flyers down and see if we get any kind of like request and go and do investigations there, but it's too far to me, to go down and travel. Especially without having the funding anyway. But I hope to go down there again sometimes, because I say like the 12 times that me and my nephews have done it, we had that crazy stuff going on. I took a backpack full of gear, REM pod, millimeters, K2 meters, audio recorders, probably about 4 camcorders, and we used practically all of them. And before we actually start doing an investigation, there's one field we went to all the time, and most times we got there, it was a very nice warm night. But as soon as we started doing a session and started trying to communicate with the spirits, the temperature dropped rather quickly. Now, if we hadn't taken like a hoodie or a jacket with us, we'd be sitting there freezing our nuts off, because just before we started, we was wearing a t-shirt. As soon as we started doing like communication with whatever might have been there, that temperature dropped rapidly, and we had to start putting our hoodies on or our jackets on, because it went that cold. And we was getting a lot of like mist around us, and in that mist we was getting like, I suppose you might want to call them apparitions, although it's not like the apparitions that we got at Joydens would, but we was getting like figures, faces, in the mist. And you got like these weird kind of like movements. Some of them look like, as you could see, a spirit actually flying around inside the mist. It's really weird. Hello, James, by the way, Jackie. Yeah. I only thought I'd do this one early tonight, because I ain't going to be doing one tonight. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, fuck, I've got back tonight. No, I got 3 thumbs down. Thank you, my thumbs down. Love you. Supposed to be doing the what's name tonight, competition draw, aren't I? But I've not had 15 people apply to it. I need 15 people to apply to it before I do the actual competition. How many have I got on there? Hang on, let me check how many people actually commented. Go to my YouTube. YouTube. I mean, I just need to see how many people went on to that competition thing. Videos. I might actually leave it until I do the next stream, which will probably be Wednesday. So I've had 93 views, right? But only 12 thumbs up and 12 comments. So I need like 3 more comments. So if I don't get a 3 more comments, I ain't going to do it tonight. So if you haven't commented, go there and put a comment. Thumbs up. Well, the comment is, I want to win. That's where you got to put in your comment. I want to win. And the prize is that little pocket watch. Second prize is a couple of box of crystals and a necklace or a little cross and chain. And the third prize is a bottle of blessed water with a cross and chain. Something like that. I can't remember. I know it's on video. But then if I get the 15 tonight, I might leave it till Wednesday actually, just like postpone it for a couple of nights. Ain't gonna hurt, I don't think. I've got the YouTube random draw thing ready. All I've got to do is put the link in and it actually scans for the 15 comments and then pulls out the winners. So yeah, if you don't like, gone on there, all you got to do is put down in comment, I want to win. Nah, only 1 comment per person, that's the rules. Now, Jackie. 1 comment per person. I've had 3 thumbs down on this one, and I think I had 2 thumbs down on the competition one, but it doesn't bother me. Everyone gets thumbs down. But it shows that, people do come and watch your channel just doing thumbs down. And don't forget, they're paying for me. They're giving me money. Or even though it's only like a cent, not even a cent, probably like 0.20 cents or whatever it is, they still helping to pay for my channel, which I'm happy with. Because all those little quarter cents all build up over time. It goes all back into my channel. It's anything any money I make through donations goes back into my channel anyway. Like the camera, that's gone back into my channel. I'm making videos. If I didn't have the camera, I wouldn't be making videos to put up on my YouTube, and my YouTube be haven't had anything in it. So you haven't watched the video I put up earlier today. It's the one where I went out and done 4 little locations just walking around on that new camera, which Bev got me. So I'm having a couple of issues with it, but hopefully I might get that sorted out soon. But yeah, Bexley Hospital, 12 times. We kept it as a secret location. We didn't want people going there. And every time we went there, we was getting either the same amount of activity or even more activity. So it seems like they wanted to talk to us, or try to interact with us. All our devices were going off. We was getting crazy pictures on camera, missed kind of things flying past video camera. And when the temperature does change, you do breathe out cold air. But we noticed that when we was breathing that, our cold air was actually going that way, to the right, I think it was. But we was getting like misty objects going the completely opposite way past the camera. And we stayed there for, maybe about an hour, 2 hours. And we was getting activity all the time. I mean, all the time. Every time we went there, always activity. We even kind of like split up time to time. And like kind of walked about possibly a couple of 100 feet. We didn't want to split up and move too far away because, there were like lumps and bumps and holes in those bloody fields, and one could have like tripped over and like knocked himself out. But what we found that sometimes if they were more interactive with one particular person, and we moved on and left, like if I went and just walked on my own for a little while, yeah, I knew I was being followed. I knew that I was being interacted with because the catering was going crazy. Even Ghost Box radio we was using was like crazy. We was getting like, but when we was asking questions like, was you a patient? Not so much on the EVP, but on Ghost Box, we were going, yes, patient. Is there any male nurses out there? And the K2 was going crazy, like as if they were saying yes, replying to the answer. We was getting like yes responses on EVP. We was getting yes responses on the Ghost Box. Is there any sexy? We even said, is there any sexy nurses out there? And we were like, getting EVPs in response to saying, yeah, we are a sexy nurse. When we said like, is there any like patients out there who's getting EVPs? Yeah, I'm a patient. Did you like it here? No, hated it. And amount of EVPs we got, it was like blinding, And we was getting that every time we went now. Now on the 12th time, I said to Alan, we've been here about 12 times. I think it's time that we let people know that where we've been. Because a lot of people were saying, crazy, where you been, where you getting all this activity. So we decided to let people know where we've been. And on the last time we went now, on the 12th time, I said, right, people want to know where we've been, so I'm going to tell you. We've been in location at Bexley. It used to be the old Bexley Hospital Asylum, and all this activity was on the field near Tarleton Lane area, and it's probably about second or third field up. And I thought we'd get a lot more people interested in going now. Over the last couple of years, I've been just doing your Google search or YouTube search to see if anyone's been there, and no one's been there. Or if they had been there, they've never put it in their title, Joydens Wood Hospital, Bexley Hospital, or whatever. I've not even seen anyone do any investigations in Joydens Wood. Well, I don't know. I've seen places like, people say, Ghost Hunt, Dartford Heath. Hell, we went to Dartford Heath and we got nothing. And Dartford Heath is just on the edge of where Bexley Hospital was. And I know a lot of patients did escape onto Dartford Heath. If they committed suicide over there or got found dead over there, I don't know. But, we didn't get nothing over there. We was getting more activity at Bexley Hospital in Joydens Wood. No, it's a shame we didn't do Joydens Wood more than twice. That's why I want to get down there again and do it again. Because I feel that there might be a third time where we would get more results and possibly apparitions again, And with Bexley Hospital, I just want to go there and like do another session down there and say hi to all the spirits if they're still around, because I'm not saying that, the spirits that may have been there still reside there, but, any they don't reside there and they've crossed over, and somehow, on the other side they know that we're going to go down there and do another session, they might come back from crossing over, just to come and interact with us again. And I tell you, I swear, they're the best two places that we have ever had activity on. There is another place we went to where my uncle and my cousin buried, and they were in the same plot. I think my cousin Kevin is buried on top of his dad. And that's at Dartford Cemetery. And we've been there about 3 times. The first time we went there, I had a broken leg. Been pouring the snow, my foot was frozen. But we still went there, and we got some crazy stuff going there. But you can't really beat Bexley Hospital and Joydens Wood. And I just can't see how people haven't been there and done investigations. I even contacted the Forestry Commission and asked them if they, did they own Joydens Wood? They said, well, yeah, it is part of our forestry thing that we, look after. And when I told them on email one day, no, actually, I rang them up. And I said, well, have you got any kind of video evidence or anything like that? Send us a link and we'll watch it. And we think it's worth putting on a website, we'd do it. But they didn't. And not long ago, I did speak to them. So I wanted to find out if I could get permission to do metal detecting. And they said no metal detecting allowed there. So I said, well, can you tell me why they never put my ghost hunt up on their website? And the guy said, well, the only thing I can think of is that maybe if you did do a ghost hunt there and you got this so-called evidence that you reckon you got. I said, I don't need to say that. You can't turn around and say so-called, it's there, it's on my bloody videos. He goes, oh, no, but all I'm trying to say is that if you've got this evidence and they've seen it, the only reason why they probably didn't put it up on their website because it might frighten people away. People might not want to go to Joydens Wood because they know it's haunted because you've caught that, you've caught that evidence that it's haunted at night time. And people still do go there at night time to take the dogs for a walk, So it might scare, pedestrians away, with, local residents, which I could probably understand, I suppose. But I'm definitely going down there again sometime. And I know Bev said that she'd love to meet up with me, which I hope will happen in the near future. And, take her down there. I'm damn well sure that, if she's got a video recorder, she'll definitely catch something on there. Definitely. We used 2 camcorders when we went down there. And it's kind of weird that I caught the apparitions on my camera, but Aaron didn't catch it on the other camera. Oh, hang on. That's wrong. The second time we went down there, I lent one of my camcorders to Warren, and he actually caught one of the apparitions on the camera that I let him borrow. But it's still my camera, so on the second investigation, we caught an apparition on both cameras, one of each. But the first time we went down there, we caught both apparitions on the one camera, which I was using, although I was using 2 cameras. I don't know, it's because the way the cameras were set up, because they are infrared night vision. We're using II lights as well. And I'm just wondering if it's because it was the IR's lights we was using that actually, was able to bring out more of the infrared spectrum, I suppose. Maybe spirits may only come out on, well, not so much they come out, but maybe that's the only way you can actually capture spiritual apparitions through infrared or full spectrum or ultraviolet or UV, you know, whatever. Could be down to just the spectrum of light. No, but other people call spirits on a camcorder during the daytime, and they're not using no IRs or full spectrum lights or anything like that, just using a bog standard camcorder. Now, maybe it's because of the frequencies the camcorders are also like recording on. No, it's weird. But anyway, I'm definitely going down there sometime soon, I hope. Maybe in the next couple of months, if I can try to save up the odd few pence each week, you know, to get my travel costs down there, because it ain't worth me going down there for one day. I'll be going down there probably like on a Friday night or Friday afternoon, and spending 2 nights down there and coming home on a Sunday evening. The cat's going to be alright. She's going to have plenty of food and drink. I'll ask the neighbour, keep an eye on her. She's going to be fine. So yeah, like, you know, it'd be like going down there, doing like a Friday night in Joydens Wood for a few hours. If we got time, we'd probably do Bexley Hospital again as well. It depends on like how long Aaron and Warren wants to do it for. If they wouldn't do the whole night, you know, kind of thing, you know, 5-6 hours, then we could do like 3 hours of Joydens Wood, 3 hours of Bexley Hospital on Friday night. Then Saturday we could go and do like a couple of hours over Darth Cemetery where my uncle and my cousin is buried. And then on the way back we could do a little bit on Dartford or something, you know, or go to Wimbledon Cemetery. But I don't think Aaron wants to go to Wimbledon Cemetery because that's where he believes he had something following him back and made him ill one particular night. It's only until he told me and I told him what to do and he done it. Next morning it was perfectly okay. You know, there is a few other places I like to do. If we don't do like Dartford Heath, we could do like Dartford Cemetery, then on the way back go and do like Bexley Cemetery, which we've had done a few times, and you know we got some pretty good evidence down there as well. There is another location not far from Bexley, which we was hoping to do, but we couldn't do it because there was a lot of gypsies or travelling like people on that particular place we wanted to, so we didn't want to like, you know, get into any bother with them. So we decided to go back and do a little bit of Bexley Cemetery. I think it was called Dammonth Park, which he was going to. Can't remember. And the other location that me and Aaron would like to do is, I've done it with Pete, Paranormal twice. That's Puckley Woods. But there has been a little bit of a problem with Puckley Woods. Several months ago, there's an article in the paper saying that they're going to lock off Puckley Woods at night time because of all the litter that people were leaving behind, and they were trying to blame the paranormal people that went down there. So they said no more ghost hunting allowed down on Puckley Woods unless they had some kind of like security set up down there so they could keep an eye out on who's actually leaving all the trash down there. Apparently it cost the council that owns the wooded area of Puckley hundreds of thousands of pounds to do a clean-up or something. And the paranormal field got blamed for it. Hello, Kent Spirit Finders. You're new. Welcome. So anyway, if you live in Kent, yeah, I don't know you've been watching how long you've been watching for, but you go and do Joydens Wood. Joydens Wood, man. It is crazy there at night time sometimes. No, I'm not saying you will, but you might pick up some apparitions like I did. And I mean, they were moving apparitions, and I've got it on video as proof. Bexley Hospital grounds near Tarkin Lane. Bexley Hospital grounds is like crazy at times. So I'll just send you a competition. Right, James, have got that yet? I live 10 minutes from this place. So, hey, if you live in Kent and you live near Bexley Hospital, we could always meet up in the future. You know, it'd be nice to have like more than 3 people there. I don't really like having more than 6 people because it sometimes can like contaminate. But you know, if we're going to do a particular area, you know, we ain't all got to be staying in that same location. We could start off that way and then like move kind of away from each other and just like let one team do one part and then give them like a 20-minute kind of like let them do what they want to do. And then once they've done what they need to do, they give us 20 minutes and they got to be kind of quiet while we do what we need to do. So I think that, you know, too much of a bigger group can contaminate stuff, evidence, you know, because like if you've got people walking around and like talking and whispering and, you know, you've got EVP recorders, you may pick up that whispering thinking it's like paranormal when it isn't. So, you know, when I do stuff, you know, especially with my nephews, we tend to like not talk as much, you know. If I'm going to ask a question, they've got to give me at least, you know, like a minute or 2 before they ask a question. So hopefully it gives them a little bit of time for the spirits to reply back to us if they can. I've done this place in the past. Underground tunnels, pubs, theatres, houses, old forts. Have you got any, like, you know, videos of Bexley Hospital or Joydens Wood? You know, because I like to watch them. I've done research, you know, I've looked on video on YouTube, seen any real ones only over at Bexley Hospital or Joydens Wood, but I've not seen any as of yet. But if you have, you know, let us know. Put a comment down there after the video's finished. Put a link in and I'll go and watch them. I like to go and do, I think it's called Bebington Airfield. Me and Steve Cooper went now. Used these ghost box that he built me. Wherever it is, I can't remember. It's somewhere around. This one. Went and used this ghost box, which has been built by Steve Cooper. It was a daytime visit, but we've got some EVPs coming through it. But I'd love to go and do Bebington Airfield because the stories that I've heard about that, you know, people taking their dogs over there for a walk at night time, and they heard like the sound of like gunfire, you know, like from the artillery. They've seen flashes in the sky as if like it's flak. They've even heard like aircraft flying over when there's no aircraft lights in the sky. And that place was completely, you know, obliterated in World War II as well. And just across the road, they've got like a barracks which they still have there, which the Boy Scouts or Boys Brigade still use. That's one place I'll have to go and do at night time. I've only ever been there once during the daytime with Steve Cooper. But Puckley, you know, Puckley Woods, I have caught one apparition down there, a moving apparition, which was caught, you know, just pure by chance because I was like facing around. I was like panning my camera back and forwards. and on the screenshot, it's only like for a second, you see something cut, like a little figure, and it looks like someone wearing a hooded cloak, more like a troll kind of figure, come out from one tree, walks to another tree, goes behind that tree and disappears. It does come out the other side. That I've actually got on video as well. Got EVPs from Pucked as well. So the first time we went down and we got lost. We didn't even know where Puckley were. We walked across this farm field, 3 farm fields, until we hit the train track. So we knew we weren't nowhere near it. So we're coming back, and I decided to walk a bit further in front, and I did me EVP recorder, and I thought I'm going to do a quick EVP. And I went, hey, anyone around, in the spirit world, tell us where we are, please, because I think we're lost. I let it record for about 15-20 seconds, stopped it, and I played it back. And after I heard, after I played my question, an actual EVP came back through the recording saying, Parkley. So I said, hey, if anyone spirits can tell us where we are, we're lost. I see you can let us know where we are, be grateful. And then, like, on the playback, you hear a male voice going, Parkley, in that kind of tone. I thought, whoa, and I played back to Pete, and, like, he was amazed. We got in the car and we drove back to Puckley Village to look on the map to find where the woods were. We did eventually find the woods, but we only stayed here about half hour, 3/4 an hour, because there was too much contamination with people being there, But we did go there a second time, and the second time is when I actually caught that moving apparition between the 2 trees. Didn't get many EVPs because there's just too much noise, and them calling it screaming woods. Yeah, the only scream we heard were live living females screaming because they were being chased around with their boyfriends. That's the only scream we heard. Didn't get none of that like creepy spiritual screaming. So let's see what's on the chat. I'll have to check your video. Have you got many of these up on your video? Because if you have, I'll check your video. I'm not sure I've got you subscribed or not, but I have actually got you subscribed. Yeah. But most of your, Spirit Call My Name. Oh, you have actually got some more videos on it, more 2 years ago. Kent Spirit Finders. What's that? Earl's Day, United Ghost Hunting. Well, I've got your channel open. I'll keep an eye on that later. Probably have a watch some of those before I'll go to bed early tonight. Right, there's these channel guys. Man, you gotta go to that old hospital. I'll tell you. Where Tarkill Lane is, yeah. If you come up Tarkill Lane, where the football field is, yeah, go all the way top of Tarkill Lane. As you get to the top of the Tarkill Lane, right, you can only turn left, and directly in front you've got another big field, like a little playing field, yeah. But as you get to the top of Tarkill Lane, all those fields. Hang on, let's do it this way. Right, you go to up Tarkill Lane from where the 423 bus stop is, yeah. Right, go all the way up to the top. Drive all the way to the top, yeah. And when you get to the top, it's a dead end because you've got like a playing field there, or you can turn right that goes up past Hanby Walk and all that way, and leads up to like some house drive and all that way, yeah. Well, if you get to the end, right, where that playing field is, next to it, where the old hospital fields are, the field there, well, that's kind of overgrown and like is usually high with like tall weeds. that's the field we got all the activity in that field. So, you know, I think it's best to wait until they actually like cut the grass, if they ever cut the grass, you know. Like a couple of times I've been down there, you know, the grass has been very high and you ain't been able to do much in there. So we had to end up going other places. But at the end of Tolkien Lane, the field right beside you on your right is the one where we had all the activity. And I tell you, if you go down there, you know, I can't remember exactly what months they were, because I'm not sure if I actually posted the months. Let me see if I can have a look. Because our class is secret location. 26, number 2. So July. All right, July. So 26th of July, 2013. Right, that's 5 years ago. And I've been down here for at least 4 years. That's why I need to get down there again. But number 2, oh shit, what happened there? Number 2 is like one of the active times we've been down here. Hey, Fag, how's it going? So secret location is Bexley Hospital, because I, at the end, you know, on Visit 12, I've actually said where it is. The man putting on YouTube playing videos at the moment.
Oh, that's your camera.
We're still doing it. That's what I'm
I'm going to have to start watching some of those again, actually, my videos, because I've not watched them for a bloody long time. But we actually had 2 of these. One of the standard ones, which this one is, and the Ghost Meter Pro, the one with the 4 options. What option 1 is like, you know, recent ghosts. The other is like old ghosts. Option 3 is the EMF, and option 4 is like ghost mode, where you can ask them up to apparently 8 questions, and sometimes like you might get 8 answers, but sometimes you'll be asking a question and you might only get 1 answer, then you stop. We always thought it might be down to the how much energy the spirit has got to communicate with us through the Ghost Meter Pro. And I still do have the Ghost Meter Pro, but it's broken. I need to try and repair it. The buzzer's kind of like busted in it, and one of the LEDs at the top's busted. Yeah, I've repaired it once, but it just like went on me again. I'd like to get a new one actually, but it's like 60 quid just for a Ghost Meter Pro. If they still got them. Last time I saw them, it was about £60-65 for the Ghost Meter Pro. And I think that's the cheapest from China. But, you know, we actually was using them in the Ghost Meter Pro, and we would sometimes have to get 4 replies at like 4 questions. Sometimes we might have got 6, but I don't think we ever had the full 8 down there. But even on like the normal EMF mode, these were going crazy. K2 meters were going crazy. We had the REM pod down on the floor, and it was going crazy. So I'm actually going to start watching some of my videos back from the past, because we're using like, you know, IR. There's some of the cameras we were using at the time. We had to use Super Night Shot, and with Super Night Shot, you got to keep the camera straight as you can without moving it, because if you move it, it kind of like goes blurry, distorted. And that's the thing with like the Super Night Shot and the Sonic cameras. When you're on the Super Night Shot, if you do move it, you know, it looks like the camera's going slow-mo, and that's one thing we can like help. But no, had bought other equipment since then. I've got a camera which does do night vision, and it does seem to work pretty good actually. And I think that cost me about £100 when I bought it. I think it's actually over here. Yeah. I don't think it's going to work because I think the battery's flat. Yeah, it's one of these cameras, and it's got really good night shot on it. But it's better with an actual IR light on it as well, so it gives like a full spectrum range. And these, like, you know, I've not ever used one of these down there, but next time we go down, I'm taking this with me and trying it with that. See, we were actually using cameras like this with night vision on it. And other cameras like this, you know, this is actually converted to full spectrum, but we never. I didn't have this one at the time. But I like to try to take that one down with me because that's full spectrum conversion. But the ones that I actually did use down here, I put away in one of my metal cases. But you know what the ones I mean, like, you know, like you've got night vision on it, but with just standard night vision, you don't get that much of an in-depth recording. Like, you got to put it on super night shot to get a proper kind of like good piece of evidence, but you've got to keep the camera dead still, so if you don't, when you move it, it goes kind of like slow motion kind of thing. But I'm going to be watching some of the videos, you know. But anyway, I'm going to go and cook myself something to eat because I'm getting hungry. When I decide to go down to Joydens with Bexley again, I'll do an update and let you know exactly when I'm going to go down there, because I would like to try to do a bit of live streaming down there as well, if possible. You know, now the technology's got better within the last 4 years. Might be able to do a bit of a live event with the mobile phone or something, you know. And I think now with some of the cameras you can actually like pair up and what's it called, tether with your mobile phone. You could probably live stream that way as well. So there are new ways of actually doing live streaming on like events. But you know, I've got to like sort out the gear I've got and work out what ones I'm going to take with me. So I ain't going to take a load of stuff with me like last time. My backpack was always full of gear, you know, like REM pod, millimeters, ghost boxes, ghost meters, K2 meters, EVP recorders, cameras, you know, so much gear. I don't want to keep doing that all the time, because like there is a possibility that if you suddenly like do an event and you get attacked and you got to run through it, you're going to lose all that gear. And I don't like to lose all my gear. No way. Right, so anyway, I'm going to go, guys, have my dinner, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers for watching, and I'll catch you later.